Good morning. Welcome to the class. Today I'm here to take a session on communication, especially tips to improve communication skills. Before that, let me introduce myself. I am Vijay Lakshmi, having 7 years of work experience in education industry and 2 years of IT experience in Java technology. Presently, I'm working with IRS, teaching IT subjects and soft skills classes. Coming to today's program, it's not an academic subject, it's a gentle awareness session on how to improve communication skills. We will see few useful and helpful tips to be followed to improve communication skill. To improve communication skills, we need to follow four important skills: listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. These are four essential skills to be developed to have efficient communication, which are needed to be practically practiced to achieve command on the language which is being used to communicate. Listening is the important skill in communication skills. Every good conversation starts with good listening. Listening is the active process of receiving and responding to messages. Listening consisting of four important elements like hearing, paying attention, understanding, and remembering the content. Listening is treated to be as an important skill. Under listening, we have the first important tip to be as listen and observe. For example, if we take kids are not only cute but also they have two unique qualities: they listen and observe. They start repeating the words which mother tells and slowly start speaking few words, then slowly start speaking sentences, and one day they become fluent speaker of their native language. To improve communication skills, you must be a good listener. Listen to good English, which is available in newspapers. Watch news channels, have documentary channels in English, and you can even watch English movies with subtitles. Watching English movies with subtitles allows you to know the pronunciation, and also subtitles gives the format of the sentences which are being used. Not only listening, observe how they are speaking. Observe the structure of the sentence, how it has been formatted. Repeat speaking the same sentence many times so that you can reproduce the same while speaking. So listen and observe is the first important tip under listening. Then create an English speaking atmosphere around you. Watching TV channels and making friends who can speak in English, or else while traveling, think about some interesting topic and try to speak for yourself in English. When you are traveling, observe what is written on the holdings, try to read, then reproduce the same by speaking. Often think in English, by which you can create an English speaking atmosphere around you. Good listening skills make you good speaker. Always listening is much more important than speaking. While listening, the information is being received to you. You can analyze it, understand it, and memorize it so that you can reproduce the same when you are speaking out. So these are few tips under listening. Listen and observe. Create an English speaking atmosphere around you. Good listening skills make you a good speaker. The next important skill is speaking skill. In order to improve communication, just after listening skill, you need to have a speaking skill. One can learn speaking English just by speaking. The more you speak, the better you will be. For example, one wants to drive a car. At first, you may not be a good driver. Slowly, by practice, you can become a good driver. Reading 10 books of swimming will not be useful unless once you practically make a trial of getting into the water and make a try for swimming. So practicals are more important than theory. Knowing the English language is different. Speaking the language is actual implementing the language. So practicals are more important than theory. Where try to grab each and every opportunity around you and start speaking in English. Make friends whose mother tongue doesn't match with your mother tongue. Then there will be compulsion for you to speak with them in English. Call to a customer care center, speak with them on some issue. Do not worry, they won't complain or disconnect your phone. Here, you can even sometimes make conversations in advance. For example, if you are moving to a mall and wants to purchase certain clothes, you can prepare certain likely questions to be asked, like, can I have few varieties? Are there any other colors in the model? What are the different price ranges? Can you guarantee the quality of the product? How much do I have to pay for this? Like that, you can have the conversations prepared in advance. Try and try speaking in English so that you can improve more while speaking out. Make an eye contact is an important tip while you are speaking with someone. Making an eye contact impact a lot. It shows the confidence level which you have. If you are talking to an individual or a group, you should have an eye contact. If you do not have an eye contact, you will be considered as scared, not interested, nervous, afraid. Do not do this. Make an eye contact. If you are speaking to an individual, have a straightforward eye contact. If you are speaking to a group of people, gradually shift your eye contact from one person to the other person. There are few people who will look at only one person who has asked him the question in the interview, even though there are a group of people interviewing him. Do not do that. Gradually move your eye contact to each one as you explain your answer to their questions. The next important communication skill is reading skill. The third important communication skill is reading skill. Just after listening skill and speaking skill, we have reading skill. Read loudly in English. Reading English books, English newspapers, reading enables you to listen what you speak. Here, you are the speaker and you are the listener while you are reading loudly in English, which enables you to perform both listening skills and speaking skills when you are reading out any content loudly in English. It will also help you to strengthen your pronunciations, strengthen your mouth muscles, add weight to what you speak, and also will have better tone and volume levels maintained when you are in conversation with certain topic. Reading enables you to observe the language vocabulary, how the words are being formatted in the sentences, and new words which are being found. What are the alternatives for those words can also be known. All these are various advantages we find in implementing reading skill. The next important skill is writing skill. The fourth important communication skill is writing skill. Here we need to consider which are the things we need to concentrate while writing any sentences, paragraphs, any storytelling or any passage. If we want to write, we need to take care of what we shouldn't do and what we should use. So we need to avoid few things and we need to add few things, like removing contradictions. Short forms, contractions should be removed, where we should not use don't, can't, shouldn't. Instead of that, we should expand them and use do not, cannot, and should not, where short forms should be removed while we are writing any sentences, like use do not for don't. Should avoid haven't, you should use have not. Couldn't, you should use could not. Isn't, you should use is not. Hasn't, has not should be used. Here we need to avoid there is, there are at the beginning of the sentence. For example, there are many issues that students face at university. Instead of that, we can go with students face many issues at university, which strengthens the sentence. Instead of using there are at the beginning, it is sufficient just to indicate students face many issues at university. For example, there are many development projects that the UN supports. Instead of that, there are is been removed in previous sentence and we use the UN supports many development projects. More appropriate by getting rid of there is and there are in your sentence becomes more stronger and up to the point. And avoid words like really, very, a lot, so, etc. A lot is replaced by many. Here, for example, many students think university is very hard. Instead of very hard, we can replace with difficult word. Like many students think university is difficult instead of very hard. Example, a lot of the students. Instead of that, we can just replace it with many students. A lot of time is wasted. Instead of that, much time is wasted. Here, these are the things which we need to avoid. Remove contractions, avoid there is, there are, avoid words really, very, a lot, and so. Use active voice instead of passive voice. For example, healthcare reforms were implemented by Obama. is a passive voice sentence. We can convert it into active voice like Obama implemented health reforms, where the subject followed by verb and then object, which shows the activeness of the sentence, active mode of the sentence. For example, the war was won by the French. Instead of that, the French won the war. Person performing action should be first in the sentence. So using active voices instead of passive voice strengthens this vocabulary while writing these scripts. Use strong verbs like assistance. Instead of assistance, we can go with assisted. Instead of investigation, we can go with investigated. For example, weak sentence is he gave assistance to my friend. Instead of that, he assisted my friend. For example, she conducted an investigation. Instead of that, she investigated. He made an objection. Instead of that, he objected. So strong verbs will show the strength of our sentence which is being used in a simpler format. Next we move on to general awareness which we need to have while implementing communication skills. It might be any skill, listening skill, reading skill, writing skill, or speaking skill. We need to take care of general things like posture, body language, and our behavior. General things to be taken care of while communicating with others. Check your posture and body language. Body language have a great impact on the audience. Usually, the percentage of communication is divided into two categories. One is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication with words is only 7%, whereas 97% is non-verbal communication, which includes 38% of voice tones and 55% of body language. So body language have a great impact on the audience. Maintain good posture. Speak in front of the mirror so that you can analyze how your body language is, your facial expression, what exactly your appearance will be in front of the audience. Some people move while speaking. Some people will move their head while speaking. Some people will hold their hands strictly while speaking. Do not do this. Be comfortable and have a good body language while you are speaking. Practice one topic in front of mirror. Next time the same topic you will speak in better manner. The excellent idea to know your body language is video record your speech, and you can check your body language, you can check your posture, you can see your mistakes, and you can be an effective speaker by getting rid of the mistakes which you make through body language. The next important tip under general awareness is get rid of fear and have confidence. Out of fear, many people struggle to share or struggle to communicate their ideas and opinions. This fear is needed to be removed. If you have a fear of public speaking, start with lesser number of group and speak in front of them. Later on, increase the size of the group and address the audience. All great personalities have one thing in common is confidence. You should have confidence in yourself. You should not only recognize your abilities, strengths, but believe in them. Think of your achievements and be positive. Always positive thinking will gain you confidence. These are the things which you need to take care in general awareness while communicating with others. In the art of conversation, if we want our conversation to be good and we want our conversation to be keep on going on, we need to maintain a formula called as 5W1H formula. For example, I went to a movie and I want to have certain conversation with some other people related to the movie. So we can have asking certain questions like what it is about, what that movie is about, where did you go, and who came with you to the movie, when will be the next show of that movie, why is it so interesting, and how far the theater is. So all these 5 questions of W and 1 question of H can be imposed to any topic, and the conversation will be going on in a smoother way without any interruptions in between. We have the art of conversation in which say anything, try and try and try. If you fail in conveying message, learn from that failure and try once again so that you'll improve more. Take initiatives and start your conversations. If there is a group discussion and the topic has been given to you, you can take initiative and speak out few sentences related to the topic given for you in group discussion. Choose interested topics of yours and have certain exchange of ideas of those topics by communicating. You can do that when you have the command on the content. So get the command on the content and you can tell anything, you can speak anything. So anything, make a trial so that it will be perfect out of practice. Then important thing in order to have a good conversation is eye contact. Look into the eyes of individuals. Change eye contact if it is in a group. And always make mistakes. Making mistakes is not a crime. Make mistakes, and while trying, there will be a possibility of making mistakes. Make mistakes and learn out of them. Once you learn out of mistakes, then mistakes are very useful for us to improve our conversation. So in our entire tips for improving communication skills, the 4 important communication skills are listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. Apart from that, we need to take care of general awareness like maintaining the body language and getting rid of fear and building up of confidence. And the 5W1H formula to keep on conversations going on and maintain eye contact and make mistakes and learn out of it and say anything of your interested topic to have a good conversation. These are few important tips in order to improve communication skills. Thank you. And you can send emails to my email ID vijylaks9@gmail.com if you have any queries. And for inquiry, you can contact me at 9949466136. Thank you for this session. Please leave your comment at the end.